All right, so today we are going to work on curved lines. So you're going to open the file that you downloaded from Canvas, your curved lines practice. I have one that is probably a little bit more intense than what you guys are going to work on. Okay, so in my layers panel, I'm going to lock this underneath layer. That way I don't accidentally draw on it or trace over it. All right, I'm going to create a new layer that I'm going to be drawing on, and I'll call it tracing. Okay. Now, just like with my straight lines practice, I'm going to grab my pen tool. I'm going to click on my fill and turn it off. And then I'm going to click on my stroke and change it to a bright color that stands out. I really like lime green for this. Okay. Now, the best idea for you to kind of work on a big shape and then kind of layer on top of it. So I'm going to go ahead and do the whole circle first. So you're going to click once to define your starting point. Then you're going to click and drag, and as you do that, you'll notice these handle things kind of coming out. These are great, and you can kind of move them around. It's going to take a little bit of playing around to get used to it. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and attempt to do my next part. But you'll notice it's kind of like the path that I'm trying to create is affected by this handle. So in some cases it's good to keep it, in some cases it's good to remove it, and I'm going to show you what I mean by that in a minute. So for right now, it looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and click, and I'm just matching the curve that I see. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead, and with this you want the fewer clicks. Basically, the fewer anchor points you can put down, the better. And I am just attempting to match what I'm seeing. Okay, and you guys saw there was a little tiny circle that popped up, which meant I was good to go in terms of closing my path. Okay, that is good to go. I'm going to go ahead and do another one. Now, if I wanted to start on a new section and it's overlapping with this path, it's going to be better to hold shift to get it started as you're starting out with something new. Otherwise, it might accidentally delete your line. Okay, so I'm just going to go like this. And whoa, it's not doing what I want it to. If you look kind of towards the left, it's kind of like magnetically attracted to this. So I'm going to get rid of that handle. And the way you do it is you're just going to wait until there's like a little tiny up arrow next to my pen tool. When that appears, you can click it, and then it'll make your handle disappear. And then you'll have some more flexibility with where you're putting down your next line. Let's see. Yep, same deal. Not a fan of that right now, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it. And then I kind of have a little bit more choice. Sometimes it's nice because it makes it really smooth. Yeah, I'm getting some sort of weirdness. I'm just going to go ahead and just continue to get rid of it. And you want to work slowly and carefully. And you'll see that one didn't work so well. That's because I should probably actually divide it into two curves. So one right here, get rid of my handle. And then you guys see that little circle next to my pen tool. That means I'm good to go ahead and close. And so I'm clicking and dragging. And that looks very nice. Okay, I can go ahead and just continue to do that. Let's say now I want to work on this portion up here. Okay, remember with this, if you see a minus sign show up when you're about to make your first anchor, you want to hold shift instead and click. All right, and I'm about to go ahead and just kind of trace this, and I'm removing my handle. And this just kind of gives me more flexibility with where it's going to end up. As I'm doing this, I'm just kind of thinking, all right, where do I notice some changes in the curves? Where's the next best place to put down my anchor? And now I'm having trouble seeing this, so I'm just going to zoom in a little bit better. And that does not look so great. So I'm going to just trace this a little bit more closely. Again, get rid of my handle. And I can zoom out a little bit more. And with something like this, you'll see there's a lot of different paths that I could be tracing. So it's kind of up to you how you want to define your shape. Which of these you feel like tracing at one time. Okay, there we go. That one is nice and closed. And now I'm going to go through and I am going to just fill in the paths that I've created. So I'm going to grab my fill and I'm going to pick a different color than this. Let's go with this. Nice. I like it. Same deal. I'm going to turn my stroke off. It's my own personal choice, how I feel like. Okay, that looks nice. And then for my bigger circle, let's see. Let's go with, yeah. Okay, very nice. All right, so let's say you went to fill in your stuff, but some of your layers were hidden. So if that's the case, you can turn off the eyeball if you wanted to continue to work with that path. Um, but the other thing is it's very easy to just switch the order. So basically whatever you need to do to make all of your layers appear, like some of them are larger than the other, and like if this was underneath, you wouldn't see it as well. So just make sure that ones that are supposed to be showing are literally physically higher up on your layers panel than others. Okay. And then when you're finished, make sure that you are just saving your work, and that is it.